Vrinda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurudmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanostute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Dhamma Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavad Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome back to our regular Chaitanya Charitamrita session. I'll share my screen. Do you share screen?
Hare Krishna Mataji, voice is very low Mataji.
Oh really, once.
No Mataji, it's fine only for me. Please others confirm too, no?
Now this is the maximum. Is it okay? Okay. All right. So we are in Madhya Lilla chapter 19, Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lilla chapter 19, and today we will start from verse 109. So just 2 minutes recap. So we know that Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, soon after sannyas, he wanted to go to Vrindavan. Then he was directed to Shantipur. Then eventually he made his residence in Jagannath Puri. And when he was in Jagannath Puri, soon after that, he always wanted to go to Vrindavan. Then first he went to South India. Almost for 1.5 years, he was in a South India tour. He comes back to Jagannath Puri and immediately he expresses his heartfelt desire to go to Vrindavan. And in the first attempt of going to Vrindavan, the entire entourage of devotees follow him and they reach until Ramakeli. And at Ramakeli, that is the first time Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami personally meet Lord Chaitanya. With a straw in their mouth, they offer their obeisances in the middle of the night. And during that time, the brothers make a request to Lord Chaitanya, telling that if he goes to Vrindavan with this entourage of devotees, he may not be able to relish and relish the quietness of Vrindavan, the depth of Vrindavan, the love of Vrindavan. So it would be nice if Mahaprabhu goes with one or two devotees. Like that, they just gave a suggestion. Little further, Mahaprabhu reaches Kanyan Natashala, and from there he returns back to Jagannath Puri. And then the next Kartik, he again makes an attempt to go to Vrindavan, and during Kartik he reaches Vrindavan. We know all the details how Lord was in Vrindavan, that he comes to Mathura, then he meets other that Sanodya Brahmana, then later he had that Rajput Brahmana, then they stayed in Vrindavan. Devotees, please be on mute. So then for 2 months he was in Vrindavan, and then 4 of them they leave towards so then because there were too many people approaching Mahaprabhu, it was getting difficult for Balabhadra Bhattacharya to handle the crowd, and so he requested they put a request to Mahaprabhu telling that maybe we can go out of Vrindavan, and because it is December, in Makara Sankranti comes, and that time we will reach Prayag. So let's go towards Prayag. And Mahaprabhu, understanding the situation, and because for him, the request or the concern of the devotee stands foremost than anything else. Mahaprabhu, they move towards Prayag. So this is happening here, and parallelly, what is happening on the other side is Ramakeli. Mahaprabhu had left, and there he met Rupa and Sanatan. At that time, they had an idea that they understood that Mahaprabhu has returned Jagannath Puri, and soon from Jagannath Puri he will go towards Vrindavan. So the brothers now, once they physically met Mahaprabhu, they had no more interest in working for Nawab Hussain Shah. So they wanted to simply surrender their life to Lord Chaitanya. So in that mood, Rupa Goswami already left. He came out of his responsibilities. Because he was in a very high position, and that time the concept of money is cash. There is no concept of online or investment or anything. So everything was cash, and everything was loaded on a boat, and 50% he donated to Brahmanas, which he was setting a very great example, and 25% he kept for himself, and the 10,000 kept with the grocer. So that time the life was based so much on trust and faith between the people. So this 10,000 gold coins was kept with the grocer, telling him that when my brother needs, you should give, and that kind of relationship they had with people actually. So Rupa Goswami comes, but Sanatan Goswami, in the previous pages, you would have heard that how Sanatan Goswami had to deal with the situation. Nawab Hussain was very angry with him. Sanatan Goswami was put in the jail, and then that eventually will come to know how Sanatan Goswami escapes. So now Rupa Goswami had sent a person to find out exactly when Mahaprabhu will leave to Vrindavan. So accordingly, they can calculate and say everybody has to go by walk only. So some kind of calculation is required. So that we get the information that Mahaprabhu has gone to Vrindavan, so that we will also leave from here and we will meet Mahaprabhu. And accordingly, Rupa Goswami gets that news, and he and his another brother, they are Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Anupama. Anupama Mallika was his converted name, otherwise he is Sri Vallabha. So Sri Vallabha and Anupama Mallika is all same personality. Yeah, he is the father of Jiva Goswami. So Rupa and Anupama, they leave towards meeting Lord Chaitanya, and Sanatana Goswami is in the jail currently. That is Rupa Goswami's understanding. And so now what happened is Rupa and Mallika, they come and they meet Mahaprabhu at Prayag, and then we know that how they offer their obeisances and how Mahaprabhu greets them, and then how the famous verse Namo Mahavadanyaya, that verse comes into picture, and then Sri Vallabha Bhatta comes, and how Rupa and Anupama were keeping distance from Vallabha Bhatta, telling that Vallabha Bhatta was a Brahmana, and they have malechas because they have served the Yavanas, Rupa and Anupama. But then by seeing their devotional ecstasies and by understanding the level of their bhakti, Sri Vallabha Bhatta understood that they are very high devotees, and he takes them to Adaila Grama. That is a place, little, means they have to cross the Prayag is a confluence of Ganga and Yamuna, and Saraswati comes from below. So externally, what we see is Ganga and Yamuna. We can feel the water, the difference. That is, the Yamuna is more darker in shade, and Ganga is more whitish in shade. So it is a confluence, and across the boat they have to go to a place called Adaila, which is the place of Vallabha Bhatta. So Vallabha Bhatta takes Mahaprabhu, Roops, and Anupama across the boat, and on the way Mahaprabhu sees the Yamuna, and he gets into ecstasy. He jumps into the water. The devotees get scared because the water current is very high there. Then they bring him back onto the boat, and Mahaprabhu dances in the boat, and then he reaches the place of Vallabha Bhatta. Vallabha Bhatta feeds them nice prasad, and next day, within 1 or 2 days, one great devotee called Raghupati Upadhyaya comes to that place, and he was also a very great devotee of the Lord. And Mahaprabhu had conversation with Raghupati Upadhyaya, and during the conversation, they get into deeper aspects of bhakti, and Mahaprabhu gets into more and more ecstatic mood, and they had a very ecstatic conversation. Like it was something like Mahaprabhu talking with Ramanand Rai. They enter into deep ecstasies and deeper aspects of devotional service, and more of the gopis' love for Krishna. That kind of discussion they had. And Vallabha Bhatta was a spectator for everything, and he was understanding that all the personalities that are around are nobody is ordinary. And Raghupati Upadhyaya clearly understood that Lord Chaitanya is none other than Lord Krishna, because he was really a great devotee, and he was very strong with his shastric understanding. And by seeing the devotional ecstasies of Lord Chaitanya, Raghunath Upadhyaya could very clearly understand that he is none other than Lord Krishna. After all that, now currently what is happening is Mahaprabhu, Raghupati Upadhyaya leaves, looks like, and then Mahaprabhu is there, and Rupa Goswami is there, Anupama is there, then our Sri Vallabha Bhatta is also there, and they are in Adaila Grama, and then this conversation continues. So we will read from 19109. Devotees, please raise your hands. Yeah, Bhuvana Devi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat.
Prabhu dekhi bhare gramera sabha loka aila. Prabhu dharshane sabhe Krishna bhakta haila. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Upon hearing that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had arrived, all the villagers went to see him. Simply by seeing him, they all become devotees of Krishna.
So
Haribol,
that
thank
was
you.
the golden time during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. That is when Mahaprabhu was physically present on this earth. Whoever saw them became devotees, and whoever were envious of Lord or Lord's devotees, immediately they got that reactions of their wrongdoings. Now it is like nothing. Immediately we see those who are doing wrong, we apparently feel that they are doing so much wrong, but nothing is happening. They are still enjoying life, like that we feel, because reactions are piling up and nothing happens very immediate. Similarly, we may be kind of being very sincere. We are trying to be sincere, trying to serve devotees, but so-called um, material miseries or material pain, or so-called difficulties, we feel that they are not mitigating. Means actual devotees don't do devotional service to mitigate the pain, but nonetheless they want a situation which is comfortable for doing devotional service. But apparently it is felt that maybe Lord is not hearing me, because the now how it is things appear to be a little slower, but nonetheless the the the, the theory remains the same. That is, those who are sincere in the practice of devotional service are definitely rewarded by the Supreme Lord. So in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, it was the golden era whereby just by seeing him, they all become devotees of Krishna. They all attain Krishna Prema. Next, Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Dandavats.
Brahmana sakala karena prabhurani mantrana Vallabha bhatta tansabhare karena nivarana. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the Brahmanas of the village were eager to extend invitations to the Lord, but Vallabha Bhattacharya forbade them to do so. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Oh, he was in that Adela Grama. Everybody got to know he's the Supreme Lord. Now everybody were very pious during that time. And everybody wanted to serve the Supreme naturally. Now when Supreme Lord, when they know or when they know a great devotee of the Lord, and lot of piety was in the world actually at that time. So they really wanted to have him sannyasi have lunch at their home, and so they were extending invitations. This was a situation that happened in Akrura Ghata also in Vrindavan, and Balabhadra Bhattacharya was not able to handle it. So similarly here kind of situations arose, and Vallabha Bhattacharya forbade them to do so. That we will know why. Let's see why. Swati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी प्रेमानंदे पदे गोसनी मध्य यमुनते प्रयाग चला इबा इहन्न दे बरहिते. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vallabha Bhatta then decided not to keep Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Adaila, because the Lord has jumped into the river Yamuna in ecstatic love. Therefore, he decided to bring him to Prayaga. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So this Adaila Grama is around water now. So he saw these ecstasies and suddenly jumping, dancing, getting into trance, and all around is water. So somehow he felt that, okay, I have brought them, I have given them prasad, now I will safely take them to Prayag. Like that he thought. And so that is how he decided, and they moved back towards Prayag because they had crossed the boat and reached that village. Now they cross the boat back and come back to Prayag. Sindhu Mataji. We finish, put your hand up. Sindhu Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Pranams Mataji.
Yes.
Yandra icha prayage yana karibe nimantrana etabali prabhulana karila gamana. Translation by Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vallabha Bhatta said, if anyone likes, he can go to Prayaga and extend invitations to the Lord. In this way, he took the Lord with him and departed for Prayaga.
So because devotees are too many coming, he said that, okay, right now he's going back to Prayag. So if you want to extend invitation, you can go to Prayag and serve him. Like that Vallabha Bhatta says. And he moves with Vallabha Bhatta with Lord Chaitanya to Prayag. Now Kishori Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Dandavat Pranam. गंगा पथे महाप्रभु रे नौकते प्रयागे अहिले भट्टा गोसाली Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vallabha Bhattacharya avoided the river Yamuna, putting the Lord on a boat in the river Ganges. He went with him to Prayaga. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So it is Prayag is a confluence of Yamuna and Ganga, and as I was previously mentioning, that the distinction is quite seen in certain areas. So while going, they were seeing the Yamuna, and Mahaprabhu went into ecstasy. He went to Lord Krishna's pastimes. He went to Vrindavan and he jumped into the water, and then that created a kind of situation, scary situation for Vallabha Bhatta. But he is a supreme Lord; nothing will happen to him. So on the river, way back, he was like, let's be cautious. So he brought where the Ganga is flowing when they're crossing, and he is like, let's be. So he crosses on the Ganga and they reach Prayag. Padmaja Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Lokabhaya Prabhu Dasashwamedhayana Rupa Gosa Nire Siksha Karana Shakti Sancharya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Due to the great crowd in Prayaga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to a place called Dashashwamedha Ghat. It was there that the Lord instructed Sri Rupa Goswami and empowered him the philosophy of devotional service.
So,
Purport also
now,
I need to read.
1 minute, I'll just tell. What now, there is, now also the place is there, there's a Shashwamedha Ghata is there in Prayaga, and there Lord Chaitanya instructed Rupa Goswami. That is for 10 days. See, now we Gaudiya Vaishnavas are also called as Rupanugas. So we say Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. So what happens is Lord Chaitanya, when, see, now we should remember one situation in Siddha Bakula, which we had read already. Rupa Goswami had met Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri also, and they had met at Siddha Bakula at Haridas Thakur's place. And we know that during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was in the Rath Yatra, then he had sung a particular verse, and that verse only 3 people knew, understood. That is Swarup Damodar Goswami, then it's only Lord Chaitanya, and apparently only Radharani and Madhavendra Puri. They only understood that kind of complicated, this Rasa Bharita verse it was. Hearing that, Rupa Goswami composed another verse which matches with the mood of Lord Chaitanya, and he had written it, and he had placed it in the roof of his of Siddha Bakul's Haridas Thakur's hut. And when Lord Chaitanya comes next day, he reads it, and he was completely overwhelmed that how Rupa Goswami is able to understand the deep secrets of my heart. And that time Swarup Damodar Goswami, who was next to him, says that that is possible because you have bestowed your mercy upon him. And during that event only, Rupa and Haridas Thakur are sitting, and all the great Vaishnavas at that time, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who is Pandit, who is the greatest of the Pandits, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Swarup Damodar Goswami, and few others, and I think Paramananda Puri was also there. I'm not sure on that. So few others also come, and at the Siddha Bakul, a baitak, a seating arrangement was made, and at that time they unanimously declared that Rupa Goswami is the right person to execute Mahaprabhu's mood and executes Mahaprabhu's what you say instructions. So at that time, Rupa Goswami has already understood that he is the one who is going to execute Mahaprabhu's there is a purpose for Mahaprabhu's event. It means he had few things which he wanted to do, and he got it done through Rupa Goswami. So now here in Dashashwamedha Ghat, he gives direct and particular instructions to Rupa Goswami exactly what he is supposed to do, together with the empowerment of doing so. So that was one was establishing the lost temples of Vrindavan. Especially he had service, Rupa and Sanatana both had service in Vrindavan Dham. So for Rupa Goswami, it was specifically to establish the lost places in Vrindavan Dham and to write literatures. So these are the few very specific instructions which Lord Chaitanya gave to Rupa Goswami, and he empowered him to do so also. So we will read the purport also. In the purport, our Srila Prabhupada is telling, one should feel very fortunate if one is given the service, or one is included in preaching service, or one is included in the service of talking Krishna to others. So here in this particular, because our Srila Prabhupada had met his spiritual master very long, when he was just 25, 26 years, and he carried that instructions in the core of his heart, and because of situations in his life, he was not able to immediately apparently show his external dedication, although he was consciously and constantly thinking about it. And then when the right time came, he was able to actually take that as the he took it forward, and then we saw how the Krishna conscious movement has been established. So Srila Prabhupada says it is a very great fortune of a devotee to be empowered by supreme personalities, and that way be able or be given, when if they get an opportunity to serve Krishna, one should feel very, very fortunate. So that we will read the purport also. Mataji, who was reading? Padmaja Mataji was reading, no?
Yeah.
You can read the purport also.
Yes, Mataji. Parasya Shaktira Vividhaiva Srudyate. The Supreme Lord has multi-potencies, which the Lord bestows on his fortunate devotees. The Lord has a special potency by which he spreads the Krishna consciousness movement. This is explained in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lilla 7.11. Kalikalera Dharma, Krishna Nama Sankirtana, Krishna Shakti Veena Nahe, Tara Pravartana. One cannot spread the holy name of Krishna without being specifically empowered by the Lord Krishna. A devotee who receives this power from the Lord must be considered very fortunate. The Krishna consciousness movement is spreading to enlighten people about their real position, their original relationship with Krishna. One requires Krishna's special power in order to be able to do this. People forget their relationship with Krishna and work under the spell of Maya, life after life, transmigrating from one body to another. This is the process of material existence. The Supreme Lord Krishna, Sri Krishna, personally descends to teach people that their position in the material world is mistaken one. The Lord again comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to induce people to take to Krishna consciousness. The Lord also empowers a special devotee to teach people their constitutional position.
So
Thank you, Mataji.
actually, here very humbly, Srila Prabhupada is actually talking about himself actually, because very in great humility he is saying that it really takes one to spread the Krishna consciousness, because it's not an easy task. It requires special empowerment. In this regard, Srila Prabhupada is telling that it is not he who has done it. It is because Krishna has bestowed his mercy, it is possible to do. So only when we get the mercy of Krishna, it is possible to do. It also means that from our side, sincere efforts are required. That Srila Prabhupada really did throughout his life. And then Krishna empowered him, his spiritual master empowered him, and then he was able to do what he has done. Recently, there was a great big yatra of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj at Jagannath Puri, and there were almost 10,000 devotees. And in one particular sentence, Maharaj says that if not for Srila Prabhupada, if Srila Prabhupada not given Jagannath in our lives, Jagannath Puri was there, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra is there, eternally there. But would we be able to gather in this number in Jagannath Puri if not for Srila Prabhupada? Was it even possible? Today, we devotees are able to understand Jagannath, we are able to understand Lord Gauranga, we are able to understand the concepts of Krishna consciousness. How much we are able to do it, how much efforts we are putting, how much sincerity we are showing is left to us. But that knowledge has been given to us. Otherwise, that is something which is the last thing that anybody, common people, is thinking about. Nobody is thinking about Krishna consciousness. Any other ordinary person, they are so engrossed in their own life, in their own miseries, in their nobody is actually in very peaceful situation. Everybody is too much engrossed in misery and suffering. That level of suffering, misery may be a little here and there, but nobody is thinking of Krishna. We have been given an opportunity to think about Krishna, able to understand that there is something different. The life does not end here. There is something different dimension altogether, which we are supposed to focus. All this credit goes to Srila Prabhupada only, and all it goes to our spiritual masters, because that knowledge has been brought from Lord Krishna himself through Gauranga Mahaprabhu, through the spiritual masters, through Srila Prabhupada to us. So that way we need to be very grateful, and we need to be really sincere in our practice so that we can make the best use of the situation that has been provided to us. So we'll move forward. Krishnamurti Prabhuji. Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Krishna Tattva Bhakti Tattva Rasa Tattva Pranta Sabha Sakhila Prabhu Bhagavata Siddhanta. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught Srila Rupa Goswami, the ultimate limit of the truth about Lord Krishna, the truth about devotional service, the truth about transcendental mellows, climating in conjugal love between the Radha and Krishna. Finally, he told Rupa Goswami about the ultimate conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, so ultimate means the zenith, the topmost truths. See, we should understand that what kind of parampara we are in. What is that has been given to us? The topmost truths, the highest revelations, the highest ecstasies of devotional service. That at least theoretically we have been given. So this is the ultimate goal. This is the goal. This is how it is supposed to be. So that truth were given by Lord Chaitanya to Rupa Goswami. So we are called as Rupanugas. We are called as Rupanugas because we are supposed to follow in the footsteps of Rupa Goswami, because Rupa Goswami has made it accessible to us. It is Rupa Goswami's mercy that we are able to see so many temples in Vrindavan, and so many like Radha Govinda. Everything was lupta. Actually, they were not to be seen. It was made visible, and also Rupa Goswami uh, wrote so many literatures. So today, the Rasa Tattva, the Bhakti Tattva, so many depth of those conclusions we are able to read through the different literatures. And the most famous is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is apparently the little more, they are very deep, but we are not able to understand. At least Srila Prabhupada has given us few things, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Devotion, that is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Then we have the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we have Bhakti Bhagavad Gita. At least these scriptures, at least we should try to delve into it and understand the truths. And when we put our sincere efforts, even we are mudhas, we are unintelligent, we are not great, means our intelligence is very dull actually. But if our efforts are very sincere, then Lord shows His mercy. The spiritual master shows His mercy. Srila Prabhupada bestows His mercy. And then we can make our life perfect. Shameshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
CC Madhya Lilla, chapter 19.36.
116. 116.
Sorry, 116. 116. Ramananda paseyata siddhanta sunila Rupa kripa karitaha sabha sancharila. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught Rupa Goswami all the conclusions he had heard from Ramananda Rai and duly empowered him so that he could understand them. Thank you,
Yeah, it
Mataji.
is only by the mercy of the great Vaishnavas, Supreme Lord, that we are able to, we get to understand. We may hear so many things, but actually to it should pierce through our consciousness and make it register in our consciousness is a different thing altogether. That requires mercy, that requires the depth of our sincerity. And here we know that how during the South India Yatra, Mahaprabhu had met Ramananda Rai onward as well as return, and during the onward journey they had a long discussion where they explored the deep aspects, because initially Ramananda Rai was quoting from the Bhagavad Gita, and Mahaprabhu put it across and this is external, this is external, this is external. Later when they got into deeper aspects of the Gopi Bhava and then the Radharani's Bhava, and then that is the time that Mahaprabhu actually told that yes, this is the truth, this is what I was looking for, and he enters into that kind of Bhava, and those truths now Mahaprabhu tells it to Rupa Goswami also, and that conclusions of all that Rupa Goswami was able to understand by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Padmaja Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Sri Rupa Hridaya Prabhu Shakti Sancharila Sarva Tatra Nirupa Tattva Nirupane Pravina Karila. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. By entering the heart of Rupa Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered him to ascertain properly the conclusions of all truths. He made him as experienced devotee whose decisions correctly agreed with the verdict of the disciplic succession. Thus, Srila Rupa Goswami was personally empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So when Rupa Goswami wrote the books were completely had the right conclusions, and because of the empowerment of Lord Chaitanya, because of the sincerity of Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is none other than Rupa Manjari, the eternal associate of Lord Radha and Krishna actually. Sanatan Goswami is Labhanga Manjari. So that way they are eternal associates, and they have come in this Leela, and in this Leela Mahaprabhu empowers them, and Rupa Goswami draws that mercy, and he writes in the form of books, and those books are available to us even now, and they give the right siddhanta, the right conclusion. It is just up to us to read it, or at least to hear from someone who has read it and understand those conclusions which are given are just perfect. There we don't have to get any doubt, or no, may not be like that. So those are the just the right conclusions. Just that for us it is all ready made, it's all given in a plate, we have to just eat it, we don't have to do anything. That much we have to do, but so we have to just pick it and put it into our mouth and swallow it. So that everything they have made it ready for us. Purport you can read, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. The principles of devotional service are only apparently under the jurisdiction of material activity. To be rightly guided, one must be personally guided by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This was the case with Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and other acharyas.
Other acharyas include Srila Prabhupada also, because when he is writing the Bhakti Vedanta purport, they are exhibitions of his devotional ecstasies actually. It is not possible for a person, for us, simply to read a purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, first line, last line. If it's a very big purport, then we get kind of lost. And what is that he's telling? If apparently it seems that he's telling again the same thing, but if we have to repeat it, we are not able to repeat it. That is the concise, or that is the level what Prabhupada has written in his book. It's read simple, it's very simple, we understand it. But if we are trying to repeat it, we are not able to repeat it. That is how it is, because they look same, but they are not same. Every line is different. Every line has an ultimate conclusion, because he has been specifically empowered by Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna, by his spiritual master, by the special blessings Prabhupada has written those purports. For us, those purports, if we read, we can get the ultimate. We can get the ultimate. We can go back to Godhead in this lifetime only. That Srila Prabhupada has told. Just that it all depends on us how seriously and how sincerely we want to take it in our life and practice it. Sumati Mataji, next one.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shivananda Senera Putra Kavi Karnapura Rupera Milana Swagranthe Likiya Chena Prachura. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In his book Chaitanya Chandrodaya, Kavi Karnapura, the son of Shivananda Sena, has elaborately described the meeting between Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare
See, now
Krishna.
what is happening is when Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami is writing the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he is quite old also, and the book is becoming voluminous, because Lord Chaitanya's, now he's a supreme Lord. Every activity of his is very transcendental and very important and worth writing. But so only Kaviraj Goswami tells in couple of places that it is impossible to write every detail of all the activities of all the happenings in Sri Chaitanya's life in this book. It's not possible for me. It is impossible for Ananda Sesha also. It is not possible. So in our insignificant life also, we see that so many things we do, but everything is absolutely useless. But when same kind of things when Mahaprabhu is doing, everything is devotional exhibition of his devotional ecstasies. So everything is worth to be written. So that is humanly not possible. So only when it came to Adi Leela, Mahaprabhu told that in the Chaitanya Bhagavata of Vrindavan Das Thakur, most of the childhood pastimes of Lord Chaitanya are covered. I am not going to repeat it, because it is one thing is he does not want to override the author who has written it, so that let his literature have that prominence which has the highlight of Lord Chaitanya's Balya Leela. And so he just gives the glimpses of the Balya Leela, and he elaborately discusses the South India Yatra, Vrindavan Yatra, those things which are not covered in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Similarly, when it comes to this section, he is telling Kavi Karnapura, son of Shivananda Sen, has elaborately uh, written in his book what is this book, Chaitanya Chandrodaya, the meeting between Rupa and Sri Chaitanya. The gist of that meeting is given in our Chaitanya Charitamrita, but exactly the dialogue deliveries is not there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. See, now when we see Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's conversation, it has taken an entire chapter, many verses where Ramananda Rai tells this, then Mahaprabhu replies like this, then Ramananda Rai tells something, and Mahaprabhu replies like that. So, but that kind of dialogue exchange details are not there in Chaitanya Charitamrita between Rupa Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is what I understand here. And but later at Varanasi, in Varanasi for 2 months, Mahaprabhu instructs Sanatana Goswami. That is quite elaborate and quite deep and very difficult to understand actually. So here the gist of that conversation has been given and details are there in Chaitanya Charandrodaya, like that Kaviraj Goswami is telling here. Now Kishori Mataji. Hare Krishna. Now Kishori Mataji, you can just read the translation also. You are there? Okay. Okay, then we will read this shloka. कालेन वृन्दावन केलिवार्ता लुप्तेति तां ख्यापयितुं विशिष्या रमाप्रतेनाभिश्चेन देवस् तत्रैव रूपं सनातनं च. Now Kishore, you read the translation.
Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the course of time, the transcendental news of Krishna's pastime in Vrindavana was almost lost. To enunciate explicitly those transcendental pastimes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami with the nectar of his mercy to carry out this work in Vrindavana.
This verse and the following 2 verses are from 38, 39, 30 of Chaitanya Chandrodaya by Sri Kavi Karnapur. So next 2-3 verses are from Chaitanya Chandrodaya. Padmaja, no? Padmaja Mataji, one second. Yeah, you can read only the translation.
Okay, Mataji. From the very beginning, Srila Rupa Goswami was deeply attracted by the transcendental qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, he was permanently relieved from family life. Srila Rupa Goswami and his younger brother Vallabha were blessed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although the Lord was transcendentally situated in his transcendental eternal form at Prayaga, he told Rupa Goswami about transcendental ecstatic love of Krishna. The Lord then embraced him very fondly and bestowed all his mercy upon him. Thank you, Mataji.
So this is the details which is there in Chaitanya Chandrodaya. So Rupa and Sanatana, when they were small only, they were hearing about Lord Chaitanya. And only by hearing, and they had written so many letters to Lord Chaitanya also, telling that they are not interested in worldly life. Because so much they have heard and so much they were captured in their heart by Mahaprabhu. And then later, first time they meet, when did they meet for the first time? Then they eventually meet Lord Chaitanya, and then now when they meet Lord Chaitanya, it is at Prayaga he told Rupa Goswami about his transcendental ecstasy. That is, Mahaprabhu always wanted to go to Vrindavan and he had certain plans in Vrindavan. So all that, his thoughts and his heart, whatever he wanted to do, he got it done through Rupa and Sanatana. Yeah, Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Indeed, Srila Rupa Goswami, whose dear friend was Swarupa Damodara, was the exact replica of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was very, very dear to the Lord. Being the embodiment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic love, Rupa Goswami was naturally very beautiful. He very carefully followed the principles enunciated by the Lord. and he was a competent person to explain properly the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expanded his mercy to Rupa Goswami just so he could render service by writing transcendental literatures. Hare Krishna Mataji.
That was very important because those transcendental ecstasies had to be written down, put down in the written format, and that Lord Chaitanya achieved through empowering Srila Rupa Goswami. Next one, this also was from, no. Okay, this is, okay. ऐ माता कर्णपुरा लिखे स्थाने स्थाने Prabhu Krupa Kailaya Che Rupa Sanatane. The characteristics of Rupa Goswami have thus been described in various places by poet Kavi Karnapura. An account has also been given how Sri Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, bestowed his costless mercy upon Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami. 120. Padmaja Mataji.
महाप्रभुराय तब दवदा भक्त मंत्र मात्रा रूप सनातन सबर कृपा गौरव पात्रा. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami were the objects of love and honor for all the great Salva devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, they were the great examples for all of us now, in days to come, in future also. Now Kishori Mataji.
केह यदि देशे आया देखी वृंदावना तन्रे प्रसन्न करेण प्रभुरा Sorry, Mataji. Thank you. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If someone returned to his country after Vrindavana, after seeing Vrindavana, the associate of the Lord would ask him questions. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
So, what when the great devotees are there, one is understanding the devotional aspects, bhakti aspects, being a bhakta. So, when we actually, in the core of our heart, we accept and we practice, and the right conclusions are there, naturally our external appearance or our behavior will also be matching. It will not be that a person who is very rude but he's a great devotee. Like that combination will not happen. He is the natural qualities like compassion, honesty, respectfulness, tolerant, obedience. All these qualities are naturally comes to that personality. So, because this Rupa and Sanatan Goswami were empowered and they were sincere and they were specially blessed and they got the mercy and they were none other than the Nitya Siddhas of the spiritual world, they were very much loving to all the common people and everybody among the devotee community and the non-devotee community. Later in the pages, we see how Sanatan Goswami, entire Vrindavan was behind him, and now also Sanatan Goswami is so much loved by Vrindavan Vasis after generations that the Guru Purnima especially is dedicated for Sanatan Goswami even now in Vrindavan. Similarly, Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, so much they were loved by common people and among the devotee communities also, everybody simply loved them because Rup Sanatan Goswami did not distinguish between who is higher, lower, and they tried and served all devotees of all categories, and everybody simply received their love and mercy whenever they reached Vrindavana. They were so much taken care by Rupa and Sanatan. Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
कहता कचिये रहे रूप सनातना कई चे रहे कई चे वैराग्य कई चे भोजना. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. They would ask those returning from Vrindavana, how are Rupa and Sanatana doing in Vrindavana? What are their activities in the renounced order? How do they manage to eat? These were the questions asked. Hare Krishna
So much
Mataji.
common people, everybody is so much concerned about Rupa and Sanatana. So they would, anybody coming from them, they're like, oh, you met Rupa Sanatana, what are they doing? How are they managing? Are they able to do their service properly? Like that, they will ask questions. So much of concern they have. then कैचे आस्त प्रहार करेना श्री कृष्ण भजना तबे प्रशंसिया कहे से भक्त गणा. Lord's associate would also ask, how is that Rupa and Sanatan are engaging devotional service 24 hours daily? No, it is very important question. How to engage 24 hours daily? Few hours also, it's very hard for us because we have so much distractions. Our heart is materially conditioned for time immemorial to get attracted and get fixed with material activities. So we get caught up with so many distractions. One thing, 1 minute, if we are chanting, we think we are focused, by then something will be there, and immediately the consciousness dives deep into that, because that is the material conditioning from time immemorial. But when we are very sincere, very prayerful, and crying hard to Krishna that I know my situation, but this is what I want to do, that time Krishna helps. That time Krishna helps. So, but the prayer should be very constant, and constantly, consciously, we need to be focused. That constantly we will get the result. If we pray today one day and that we get a little more, and then we are very much happy to dive into our regular habits, then that is how it becomes. So here, how is Rup Sanat engaged devotions as 24 hours daily? At that time, the person who had returned from Vrindavan would praise Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, telling her what all they do 24 hours a day, like that. Every day is 24 hours to do. They had so many activities. They were not like, next, what will I do? It's all done. What to do? There is nothing. This is not proper. That is not proper. We have so many reasons for not doing anything. अनिकेत दुहे वने यत वृक्ष गणा एक एक वृक्षिर तले एक रात्रि शयना. The brothers actually have no fixed residence. They reside beneath the trees, one night under one tree and the next night under another tree. That is that thing. Look at their consciousness. We have one property, or we may not have any property. Then we are having a rented house and we think this is my house, this is my thing and mine. But they sleep under one tree, and next night, they do not sleep in the same tree. Because what happens now? Like suppose we have a program, that program is for 5 days. And first day we go and sit in one place. Second day also we get to sit in that place. Third day we want that place only. Fourth and fifth day, if somebody else is sitting, we are like, my place. Now there is nothing in my place because it's a common hall. Anybody can sit anywhere, and just a 5 days program, it's over, done. But we feel that fourth and fifth day, it was my place, my place. She said, he said, how can they sit here? Yesterday I was sitting here and it's mine. So that consciousness should not enter only. They never have it. Every day different tree. There is no question of this was my tree. Yesterday I slept here. This is a nice place. I had cleaned it, and tomorrow I don't have to clean it again because this is all. It's just perfect for my size and the shade or whatever. No, next day, next tree, whatever, wherever, however, and 24 hours they are engaged. So that is the ideal, and where we are, there is only gap in between. So somewhere, if you are at least looking in that direction, then something we may be able to do some few steps, and remaining Prabhupada will help. Like that is the hope. Okay, Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
विप्रग्रहे स्थूलभिक्षा कः मधुकारी सुक्षारुते चना चैव भोगपरिहारी. Translation by Sri Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Srila Rupa and Sanatana Goswami beg a little food from the houses of Brahmanas, giving up all kinds of material enjoyment. They take only some dry bread and fried chickpeas. Hare Krishna
Dry bread
Mataji.
means dry rotis actually. Dry bread and fried
Okay.
chickpeas means we know that that typical kadale, what you call chickpeas, just dried like that. Not even roasted maybe. So we can't even think of all that. Huh? With eating properly, we can't do anything. Okay, now Kishwari Mataji. This will be the last verse for today.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
करुण्यमत्र हते करिथा चिन्ता
बहिर्वशा कांता चिंद बहिर्वासा
बहिर्वशा कृष्ण कथा कृष्ण नामा नर्तना उल्लासा नर्तना उल्लासा. हरे कृष्ण Mataji. Thank you. Translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. They carry only water pots, and there were born torn quilts, they always chant the holy name of Krishna and discuss his pastimes in great jubilation. They also dance.
So
Hare
what are
Krishna.
all the activities in summary they do? They do devotion service 24 hours a day. They don't sleep under the same tree every day. They change trees under different trees, different nights. They carry only what are their belongings? Saman, only water pot. Then torn quilts. That is somewhere here they're lying quilts. Not that particular new one, nothing. And they always constantly chant the names of Krishna and discuss his pastimes. In great jubilation, they also dance. See, now there is no so much of austerity expected from us. We are allowed to live in the house, do our regular duties, whatever office give is whatever. But the 2 hours of chanting when we are doing the little devotional service, to have that little qualities of devotional, that is being sincere, tolerant, respectful, and being cooperative, and being focused, being prayerful. These are few things which we have to do. That's all. We don't have to do so many. We'll die. We cannot do. We'll die only. So we can live a life and do include all this, and we will get the same benefit, because they are all very merciful. They are all very full. They know our situation. In our situation, if you are practicing with sincerity, then we will get the utmost benefit. With this, we stop. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Let's all pray for each other that we also get Lord Chaitanya's, Gauranga's mercy, Lord Prabhupada's mercy, and the Parampara's mercy, to be able to progress in our devotional service. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Mataji, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Kripa Sindhu Bhayavacha Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful
Hare Krishna,
session.
Mataji.
Yeah,
They're leaving.
Mataji, if you can spare 2-3
Yes.
minutes more, and just if you can tell some of your realizations in your yatra this year, anything special if you want to share about the yatra with
No,
all
I was
our
just-
devotees.
No, I was just mentioned already in the lecture that once Maharaj
Okay.
told for a moment that if not for Srila Prabhupada, if he had not introduced Jagannath in our life, Puri was there, Jagannath, Balram, Baldev, Subhadra Devi are there. They are eternally existing. But would we come here in these numbers here? Would we be able to access that mercy? Would we be able to understand and hear the glories of Jagannath in Jagannath Puri Dham? If not for Srila Prabhupada, he was telling what is that we have got from Srila Prabhupada? How much we need to be completely sold out for him. So like that Maharaj was explaining, and I was also thinking that so much of effort was made for us. Going there was not big deal. Everything was made ready for us. We had to just accept that mercy in abundance. It was there. So much of service so much we made use. I did not make use. That's a different thing. But so much of service opportunities was there. So much of association and so much of katha, kirtan, and it was just a bliss. It was like abundance of ocean of bliss. It was, and nowadays 6 days was full, and it was like that much. So much was there to hold on, and this time Maharaj really gave like 3-4 hours of lecture, and every line was like we need to hear again and again. Like that it is. After sitting there and hearing apparently for the entire lecture, still it is like one line also did not register. Looks like I have to hear again. Like that it was. So it was really an overwhelming experience. It was really an overwhelming
Yes.
experience.
For
And
those
because it
devotees
was-
who do not know, just Mataji 1 minute, because
Yes.
they should know the background that
Yes.
in the last week, Mataji and many other devotees, more than 10,000, I think 13,000 was the count latest.
Oh, really?
So 13,000 devotees had visited Jagannath Puri for the Kartik Yatra organized by Mumbai Temple, and His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was guiding for all the 6 days, and so many other activities were there. And that is what Mataji is sharing, what His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj told about the devotional aspects of our life. Yes, Mataji. So you can just continue if you
That's all.
like.
So next is we have
Yeah.
to hear only if you want to know more like that.
Yeah.
I can't repeat only.
Yes.
Thank you. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Please
We are so
keep
fortunate,
coming.
Mataji,
Yes,
to
yes,
hear
yes.
from
We
you.
are here
Thank you
also.
so much.
Hari Bol Dandavat. Thank you for the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much,
Mataji.
Bhuvana Mataji. I'm very
Thank
grateful
you.
to you for taking charge of the sessions in my absence.
No,
Thank you so much.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Bol. Please
Hare Bol.
be on time tomorrow also. We are very glad to see all of you coming here on time and attending with so much concentration, patience, hearing, and reading, taking part in the reading. Those who are not yet started reading, please raise your hands daily and take the fortune of reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. And one more point, that if we speak out anything, shloka, translation, purport, reading it in mind is different, but when we speak out through our mouth, the vibrations enter our house, enter our room, enter the people who are around us. They affect positively to all the people around, whether you're the people around you are devotees or not devotees, they get benefit of what we are chanting, what we are saying. So that is why please take one step ahead. Please raise your hands and please read along with us daily during the session. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji. With your permission, can I end this meeting, Mataji?
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. We can